What's up, YouTube? My name is Big Boy Snacks on TV, aka What Kind of Snacks You Want, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail, this is my WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel. Follow my social media down below in the description. And go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights that I do on the channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, WWE NXT Gold Rush was a good show, and I give that show a 7 out of 10. But that main event pisses me off because of Izzi Dame turns on Tatum Paxley. Alright, Tatum Paxley of the Calling will be putting the NXT Women's Championship on the line tonight as she defends against Fatal Influence Jessie Jane. Not only did Tatum Paxley previously dethrone Jessie Jane at NXT as NXT Women's Champion at NXT Halloween Havoc on October 25th, but Jessie Jane also convinced Tatum Paxley to give her a title shot in a verbal exchange between the pair during last Tuesday's edition of NXT. Despite Tatum Paxley's stablemate Izzi Dame's best attempt to try talking Tatum Paxley out of agreeing. Three other titles will be on the line tonight as Soraka looks to win back the Women's North American Championship tonight when she challenges current title holder Blake Monroe. All through, Soraka was sidelined with a knee injury, and Blake Monroe won the title by defending Soraka's ally Zarya, who defended on Soraka's behalf at Halloween Havoc. Soraka has insisted that she's ready to return to action after being medically cleared, despite lingering concerns from Zarya and NXT's general manager Ava. Oris Griffin and Dion Lennox of Dark State will be putting the NXT Tag Team Champions on the line for the first time since becoming the two-time title holders at Halloween Havoc when they dethrone the Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero in a Broken Rules match as they defend against Javon Nevis and regaining TNA Wrestling X Division Champion Leon Slater after Javon Nevis challenges Oris Griffin and Dion Lennox to tonight's match last Tuesday. Himself and Leon Slater managed to outsmart Dark State when they tried to get the better of them with the numbers game by pretending that Leon Slater wasn't in the Performance Center and having him present during the segment virtually. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page will be putting the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championship on the line for the first time since dethroning AAA star LA Hydra and Mystery Grana at AAA Elzaz on November 2nd as they defend against Thea Hill and TNA star Joe Hendry. Thea Hill managed to score a win over Chelsea Green's ally Alba Fire last Tuesday as Chelsea Green, Ethan Page, and Joe Hendry watch from ringside. We are live. The show kicks off with a video recapping the events that have led to all four title matches tonight. Vic Joseph of Booker T then greets attendants at home as Thea Hill and Joe Hendry make their way to the ring. Chelsea Green, Ethan Page, and Alba Fire follows. So we get the first match, a mixed AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championship match. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page accompanied by Alba Fire versus Thea Hill and Joe Hendry for the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. Now, Alba Fire should have been banned from ringside, but in my honest opinion, this was a solid match to kick off. Alright, Thea Hill and Chelsea Green begin the action. The bell rings and Thea Hill delivers a kick to Chelsea Green's chest. She mocks Chelsea Green by waving her hands in the air for her, but Ethan Page and Joe Hendry tag in. Joe Hendry and Ethan Page lock up, but Joe Hendry delivers a delayed vertical suplex to Ethan Page and goes for a pin. Chelsea Green breaks the fall and sends Thea Hill crashing into the top turnbuckle face first as Joe Hendry brawls with Ethan Page, but Thea Hill drop kicks Chelsea Green into Ethan Page. Joe Hendry levels Ethan Page with a back elbow and goes for a pin during the commercial break, but Ethan Page kicks out and lands a opening palm strike on Joe Hendry. He rains down right hands on Joe Hendry, but Chelsea Green rakes Joe Hendricks across the bottom rope while Ethan Page distracts the referee. Ethan Page jams his boot into Joe Hendricks' face, then lands a code breaker on Joe Hendricks. Back from the break goes for a pin. Joe Hendricks kicks out, but Ethan Page wears him down with a front face lock. Joe Hendricks counters into a vertical suplex, then follows it up with a follow-away slam and kicks up. Theo Hill then tags in and delivers a coffin drop to Ethan Page and will fire off the middle rope on the outside, courtesy of Darby Allin right there. Ethan Page sends Joe Hendricks crashing into the ring apron spine first, but Chelsea Green sends Thea Hill crashing into the ring apron. She dumps Thea Hill in the ring, but Thea Hill clinches in a Kimura lock on Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green escapes, connects with the Unprettier on Thea Hill, then pins her for the win. The winner is still your AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. This was a solid match to kick off. Solid match for what it was. We head backstage where Ava explains that one person will be selecting all the competitors in the men's and women's Iron Survivor Challenge at NXT Deadline. The GOAT, Mr. 17-time John Cena. We then head over to Sarah Screever standing with Tavion Heights in the crowd. Tavion Heights pleads his case to John Cena for competing in this year's Men Iron Survivors Challenge, but Josh Briggs blindsides him out of nowhere and the pair began brawling with one another. Now, Tavion Heights was standing on business against Josh Briggs. So let me say this one more time. Tavion Heights was standing on business against Josh Briggs. You know what I'm saying? But good on Tavion Heights for standing on business. That's all I gotta say. We then head backstage and see Zarya and ask Saruka if she's sure she wants to challenge Blake Monroe for the Women's North American Championship. Saruka insists she's good to compete. Back at ringside, Blake Monroe then makes her way out. Saruka and Zarya follows. So we get the second match. Blake Monroe versus Saruka coming by Zarya for the NXT Women's North American Championship. This was a decent match, but the ending was terrible by Zarya. Why was Zarya throwing in the towel? That part when Zarya throwing the towel, that was terrible. The ending was terrible, but the match itself was decent. The bell rings and the two lock up. Saruka rolls up Blake Monroe, but Blake Monroe kicks out and Saruka sends her crashing into the mat with a spinning front face slam. She follows it up with a thirst kick to her head, but Blake Monroe fires off kicks on Saruka's injured knee and wrenches on it to continue targeting it. Saruka escapes and delivers a shotgun dropkick to Blake Monroe that sends her crashing into the corner, then sends her knee bouncing off the ring post twice. During the commercial break, Blake Monroe sends Saruka crashing into the top turnbuckle repeatedly. Saruka clinches in a bow and arrow on Blake Monroe and sends her crashing into the mat face first with a kick to her spine. Then follows it up with a standing moonsault to her. Blake Monroe sends Saruka knee bouncing off her shoulders and mocks Saruka by pretending her own knee is injured. Then places Saruka's leg on the bottom rope and sits on it. Back from commercial break, Saruka lands a missile dropkick on Blake Monroe off the middle rope and follows it up with a knee strike. She goes for a pin, but Blake Monroe kicks out and rocks Saruka with the headbutt. Saruka delivers a moonsault to Blake Monroe off the middle rope on the outside, but Blake Monroe delivers a chop block to Saruka's back inside the ring and locks in a half Boston Crab on her. Saruka escapes, but Blake Monroe rips off her knee brace and tosses it all the way up the entrance ramp. Saruka rolls up Blake Monroe, but Blake Monroe kicks out and wrenches back on Saruka's knee, being unable to take it anymore. Zarya finds a white towel at ringside and throws it into the ring and calls for the match as a means of calling off the match on Saruka's behalf. the winner and still your NXT Women's North American Champion Blake Monroe. The match itself was the match was decent, but the stoppage by Zarya was terrible. Why was Zarya throw in the towel? Soruka has every right to be pissed off at Zarya. If I was Soruka, I would have been finishing that match. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning to the end. I don't care if my leg was hurt. I'm finishing that match from the beginning to the end. And that's all I gotta say. That match itself was decent, but it had a terrible ending thanks to Zarya throwing in the towel. And I believe next week that Soruka's going to call Zarya the Women's Speed Championship. I can already tell next week. Ricky Saints then makes his way to the ring. Oba family follows. So we get Ricky Saints and Oba family meet with one another in the ring. This was a good segment. Ricky Saints says he knew Oba family would show up again sooner rather than later, and says he wasn't surprised he returned last week, but says that many were shocked when he dethroned Oba family as NXT champion at NXT No Mercy. He says he told Oba family that the NXT championship was wearing him down. Then says he saw his opportunity and took it. He says Oba family underestimated him. Then says people like Oba family can't handle losing. He says while Oba family was in Nigeria, he was in NXT dealing with Trick Williams, and says Oba family is wrong in assuming that he'll take the NXT championship from him. Oba family says Ricky Saints hasn't changed in his absence, but that's a good thing because he wanted to beat the exact same version of himself. He says he didn't want to come back during the issue between NXT and TNA Wrestling, or when Ricky Saints and Trick Williams were battling it out to see who was best dressed. Then says he went back home to train and become the best version of himself. Oba family says Ricky Saints has had his time in the sun, but the sun is setting and he'll cast a shadow on Ricky Saints. He says the ruler is back and his daddy is home. So Oba family got Ricky Saints on that one. With the ruler is back and his daddy is home. He got him on that one. Ricky Saints stands in the NXT Championship match to Oba family at NXT Deadline, but Trick Williams missed his, and now he comes his way. It comes his way out. He says he told Ricky Saints he wasn't done with him until he won back his NXT Championship. But Miles Bourne appears out of nowhere and hits Trick Williams with a steel chair. He tells Trick Williams that payback is a you know what. Then vows to emerge victorious in the men's Iron Survivor Challenge at NXT Deadline to go on to challenge for the NXT Championship at NXT New Year's Evil. Back from the break, we head to Ava's office and see her battering Miles Bourne for getting involved in a confrontation between Ricky Saints and Trick Williams. Before we see Josh Briggs and Tatum Heights still brawling with one another. Miles Bourne has every right to get his get back on Trick Williams since Trick Williams attacked Miles Bourne with a steel chair. So Miles Bourne got his get back against Trick Williams by attacking Trick Williams with a steel chair. Alright, back at ringside, Leon Slayer and Giovanni Owens make their way to the ring. Darkstake follows. So we get the tag team match. Darkstake accompanied by Shaquan Sugarson and Cutler James versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater for the NXT Tag Team Champions. So this tag team match right here, this was a fun tag team match. What it was, the Bad Rings and Leon Slater and Giovanni Owens leveled Dion Lennox and Oris Griffin with a super kick. They sent Oris Griffin crashing out of the ring with a double super kick before Giovanni Owens flies over the top rope to take out Oris Griffin. Cutler James and Shaquan Sugarson on the outside. Before I continue, I just want to say Javon Nevins had a good match against Gunther on last night on Monday Night Raw. Javon Nevins is the future of the WWE, and Javon Nevins has that dog in him. And that's all I gotta say. I had to put that out there. Dion Lennox fires off right hands on Leon Slayer in the ring, and Oris Griffin connects with an over the shoulder power slam to him. He goes for a pin, but Giovanni Owens flies off the top rope to break the fall. Giovanni Owens then tags in and lands a dropkick on Dion Lennox before he pins him, but Dion Lennox kicks out and tags in Leon Slater. Leon Slater holds Dion Lennox in place for Giovanni Owens to deliver a double axe handle on Dion Lennox. Oris Griffin tags in and rocks Giovanni Owens with a right hand, then tags out to Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox and Oris Griffin take turns tagging in and out, and we're down Giovanni Owens during the commercial break. But Giovanni Owens fires off forearms on Oris Griffin. Dion Lennox then tags back in. Giovanni Owens levels Dion Lennox with a knee strike back from the break and tags in Leon Slater. Leon Slater fires off right hands on Oris Griffin, who tags back in on his side in the corner. Then levels him with a drop kick and connects with a springboard back elbow on him. He delivers a crossbody to him off the top rope. He goes for a pin, but Oris Griffin kicks out. Giovanni Owens delivers a flipping kick level Oris Griffin, and Leon Slater connects with a spinning powerbomb on Dion Lennox. Oris Griffin runs over Leon Slater with a shoulder tackle, then tags in Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox and Oris Griffin then delivers a powerbomb to Leon Slater, and Dion Lennox pins him. But Giovanni Owens looks to break the fall with a splash. Color James pulls Dion Lennox out of the way, and Giovanni Owens lands on Leon Slater by mistake. Dion Lennox dumps Giovanni Owens out of the ring and tags in Oris Griffin. Oris Griffin and Dion Lennox then delivers a doomsday device on Leon Slater for the win. The winner and still your WWE NXT Tag Team Champions, the Dark State. This was a fun tag team match. Fatal Influence then make our way to the ring to call it false, but let me take a sip of my water. Alright, so we get the main event of the evening. So we get the NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxley accompanied by Colin versus Jessie Jane accompanied by Fatal Influence for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, I might as well say, in my honest opinion, this main event right here, I ain't gonna lie, this was in my honest opinion, this was a pretty good main event, but the outcome really pisses me off because Izzy Dame attacks Tatum Paxley. This is the reason why I say you can never trust a snake like Izzy Dame. So I wouldn't be surprised on next week's NXT Gold Rush Week 2 that Tatum Paxley gets her get back on Izzy Dame. And that's all I gotta say. The bell rings and the two lock up. Tatum Paxley delivers a pair of overhand chops to Jessie Jane, but Jessie Jane responds with one of her own. Tatum Paxley delivers another overhand chop to Jessie Jane, but Jessie Jane responds with a drop toe hold to her. That was a botched toe hold by Jessie Jane. Tatum Paxley sends Jessie Jane crashing off the ring apron on top of Fallon Henley and Langley Reed. Then lands a moonsault off the apron on all three members of Fatal Influence. She celebrates on the ring steps with Izzy Dame, but Jessie Jane dumps Tatum Paxley back in the ring during the commercial break and fires off stomps on her in the corner. She connects with a suplex on her and goes for a pin, but Tatum Paxley kicks out. Jessie Jane wears down Tatum Paxley with a submission and then turns her inside out with a clothesline. Back from the break and goes for a pin. Tatum Paxley kicks out, but Jessie Jane sends her crashing into the mat with the Hurricane Runner off the middle rope. Tatum Paxley watches Jessie Jane with the insecurity to her through the middle rope from the outside, then delivers a flipping kick from her in the ring and goes for a pin. Jessie Jane kicks out. Nico Vance hops on the apron and distracts the referee as Izzy Dame slides Tatum Paxley a chair to use on Jessie Jane. Tatum Paxley pushes the chair back to her, but Jessie Jane takes advantage and rolls up Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley kicks out, but Jessie Jane lands a super kick on her. She lands a drop kick on Langley Reed through the bottom rope, but Jessie J lands a kick on Tatum Paxley off the apron and dumps her back inside. She then delivers the rolling encore to her and goes for a pin, but Tatum Paxley kicks out. Jessie J calls for Lena Reed to slide her NXT Women's Championship belt as Fallon Henley distracts the referee. Before she can, Izzy Dane runs over Lena Reed with the right hand and slides the belt to Tatum Paxley in the ring. Tatum Paxley hesitates to use it, but Jessie J picks up the belt. Before she can use it, the referee catches her and stops her. Tatum Paxley rolls up Jessie J, but Jessie J kicks out and sends Tatum Paxley crashing out of the ring. As Jessie J argues with the referee over the belt, Tatum Paxley looks to get back inside the ring. Shawn Spears and Nico Vance blocks Tatum Paxley's path before she can as Tatum Paxley stares at them. Confused, Izzy Dame then runs over her with a big boot and dumps her back in the ring, where Jessie J is waiting with a second rolling encore for the win. The winner and your new two-time NXT Women's Champion, Jessie J. Now this main event match was pretty good, but the outcome really pisses me off because of Izzy Dame turns on Tatum Paxley. So that's all I gotta say. After the match, Izzy Dame stands over Tatum Paxley as Shawn Spears and Nico Vance stands behind her, having effectively kicked her out of the call-in. The trios continue standing tall as the show goes off there. So after Izzy Dame attacks Tatum Paxley, so Tatum Paxley has been kicked out of the call-in. So it is what it is. But I definitely want Tatum Paxley to get her get back against Izzy Dame. So the feud between Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame's feud is far from over. And that's all I gotta say. And WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 goes off the air. Alright, let me get my honest opinion. I knew it that Izzy Dame was going to turn on Tatum Paxley. You can never trust a python snake. Just like you cannot trust a anaconda. So not Tatum Paxley, but Izzy Dame is a freaking python snake for what she did to Tatum Paxley. I freaking knew it. You can never trust a snake, and that's all I gotta say. It's nothing but facts, man. But I hope Tatum Paxley gets her get back on NXT Gold Rush Week 2, and that's all I gotta say. But anyway, WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 was a good show, and I give that show a 7 out of 10. But the ending of the outcome of that main event really pisses me off. And this is have everybody talking about Izzy Dame turning on Tatum Paxley. Everybody's talking about this on Twitter and TikTok. And that's all I gotta say. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in into my WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 review and highlights. I had a good time watching WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 live on Twitch, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out to my live stream for my WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 live reaction, watch it on live and reactions. Shout out to the people that were in my chat on my Twitch for my Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Thank you guys so much for watching my WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 review and highlights. Give this video some love, man. Give this video at least 30 likes. And share this video and share it everywhere with your friends and family, because I'm on the road to 12K subscribers, and I'm really pushing for that YouTube partner, and I'm on the road to monetization. That's all I gotta say from here. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here, gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet, gang. And I will see you guys. And I'll see you guys tonight for my upcoming world premiere for my WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 1 review and highlights at around 5 o'clock a.m. And that's all I gotta say from here. So I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here, gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet, gang. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. So stay too sweet, and I'm out of here, gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet, gang. Gang.